guys, it's Paula. So I want to share something with you guys today. I am obsessed. I found this dark ocean green mica powder from Eye Candy. I am a huge fan. They actually emailed me and thanked me for being a customer and were very humble. And so I'm a big fan. The color is amazing. It's this really pretty, like dark teal with a bit of shimmer. So I'm gonna show you how to make some really cute earrings using this dark ocean green Eye Candy mica powder. So what we're gonna do first is we're going to put some resin in this little, I use little like plastic shot glasses. They're perfect for when you want to mix up a little bit like this. And then I'm going to open the Eye Candy and I'm going to get a little, now I've got a spoon in here that I'm going to stir it with, but I'm also going to get a little spoon to dump some in there for you. So we're just going to dump a little bit in. It doesn't take a lot, especially if it's a good mica powder. It does not take a lot. We'll set that there for just a minute and we'll mix this up, make sure it's dark enough. You want to get it dark enough that it's going to cover the silver, but not too thick that the resin, the UV light is not going to be able to penetrate it. So we want to get it a nice, good consistency. Like this right here is perfect. It's a nice dark consistency, but not too thick. So we're going to take the little spoon and we're just going to dump on some of this beautiful resin on here. Kind of spread it around. Oh, I love this color. It's so pretty. If they start getting too close, you can just move it one over. They tend to move a little bit when you put the resin in. So you want to get that nice and covered, but you don't want to bubble it. You don't want to make that little bubble because you're going to put flowers in here and then resin again on top. So you want it to be nice and flat. We'll set that aside. And then we're going to take our lighter and we're going to just get the bubbles out. Just like that, just a little pass. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop the light on there for about 2 minutes. All right, so now that your time has passed, you're gonna take one of these flowers. This is Queen Anne's lace. And you're gonna pick one that has really pretty flowers on it. So I think we might do this one. See how pretty that is? So you want to take your surgical knife or your X-Acto knife and you want to cut right down the center. There we go. So now we have 2 pieces, the same flower. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little layer of resin onto the basils. And then I'm going to, again, put this part of the flower where it all comes together as close to the edge as possible. That one's falling apart a little bit, and that is okay, because I will show you what we can do. So if some of the flowers fall off like this, it's not a big deal. You can just get a little bit of resin here on the toothpick and you can pop those right back in there just like that. So we're just going to put some of these back in there where they popped off. And then we're gonna clip this little one right here because it's going to stick out and I really don't want to lose that flower. It's very pretty. So we're just going to pop it off right there and then we're going to push it in further so it stays. Okay, so once you get the flowers in place and they're as close to the edge on each side as possible, we're going to go ahead and cure this for just a few seconds. It doesn't need to be long because all we're trying to do is get the flowers to stay on the resin so that when we put the final coat of the epoxy, or I'm sorry, the UV resin on there, the flowers aren't going to be moving around and sliding around. Then it makes it really hard to get them to stay in place when you do the final pour of the UV resin. So we just do this to keep them in place. So when we do the final pour, they don't slide. All right, so they've been under there long enough. So now we're going to take our resin and we're going to put a coat over these. Again, you want it to bubble, but not go over the edge. So you just have to be very careful that you get a nice little bubble on it without putting too much that it's going to overflow. And again, anytime you use flowers, you want to give it a minute to make sure no bubbles are going to press up because air bubbles can get caught underneath the flower when you're pouring the resin. So you just want to kind of feel around in there, make sure no bubbles are under the flowers that are going to pop up later because you can have something really pretty. And after you put it under the light, if a bunch of bubbles pop up, it might not look really good after that. So you always want to make sure to get rid of any bubbles that you can. So at this point, I don't really see any bubbles, but I'm just going to go ahead and use this to torch just to make sure. Doesn't hurt. And then we're going to pop this back on. We're going to leave it on a full 2 minutes this time. Right. These are super, super pretty. Just like this. You don't really have to do anything. They're very pretty. But what I'm going to, I'm just going to pop some earring wires on here. I use sterling silver. It's not that much more expensive, and more people tend to agree with that wire. It doesn't infect their ears like some earring wires will. So we just popped on 2 earring wires, and there you have it. That's pretty. Now I am going to be doing a part 2 to this video. So if you want, you can just pop on earring wires and they look adorable, just like that. If you wanted something a little bit longer or a little bit more, let me think of the word I want to say, decorative, I guess, a little bit more something to it besides just the flowers, I'm going to do another video to show you how you would add a bead to this, or beads if you want to do that.